Hello, children. I'm Shaman Clyde Feathering, and this is your weekly horoscope, where we explore the cosmos together and hear what they have to say. Let us shower in their divine guidance. Let us bathe in their waters of tranquility. Let us drink liberally from their fountains of courage. And may we go forth with a greater understanding of our own lives and live with a renewed sense of spiritual confidence. Won't you take this journey with me? I'm happy you're here, and I know the cosmos are too. Welcome back to another episode of your weekly horoscope. After last week's, demon incident, I had to find a new production assistant. Everyone, say hello to my new production assistant / meteorologist, Wesley.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here.
Wesley, how's the weather going to look today?
Actually, I'm glad you brought it up. The radars are showing there's going to be some kind of tornado forming. I was hoping we could talk maybe about a plan.
Wesley, stop worrying. Our studio is in a building, not a yurt. I'm pretty sure a tornado can't do anything to us.
That's definitely not true. You know, there's plenty of evidence that tornadoes
Oh, so you're a psychic now. Remind me again who the shaman is in the studio.
I mean, I guess you are.
That's right. Stop worrying so much. Before we get to today's divinations, we have a sponsor. This episode is brought to you by Southern Texas Tap Water. Have you ever found yourself after a long day of ranching, sweat beating across your brow, throat parched, ready for that first drink of delicious cold water? Well, with Southern Texas Tap Water, you won't find anything refreshing about it. From the bleachy smell to the bitter taste, you won't even feel comfortable using it to boil ramen noodles. You see that puddle that formed after last night's storm? You're better off cupping that in your hands and filtering the dirt through your teeth than trying to choke down whatever clear liquid they're trying to tell you is Southern Texas Tap Water. Southern Texas Tap Water. This shit is downright criminal. Aries. My stalwart Aries. This coming week, you'll finally take the plunge and go to a barber shop for the first time to take care of your beard. Really, your beard's gotten far too out of control. I've seen urban homeless muttering to themselves under the city of Las Vegas with fewer knots and tangles than you have. The atmosphere of the barber shop will also have an impact on you as a person. Hearing aesthetic professionals swap stories as they meticulously care for your hair and beard will teach you that maintaining your facial hair is more than just the looks. It's about self-care. It's about confidence. It's about preparing yourself for life. And now that you're all prepped and ready to go on with your life as a more put-together image of yourself, you would do well to work on that garbage personality of yours. Seriously, IPAs, a sports team, and Target chic clothing are not enough. Find a hobby, fast, before you bore your next date into a suicidal oblivion. Taurus. My lovely bovines. People will tell you after losing the extra weight that you were just as beautiful before as you are now. The universe wishes for you to know that this obviously is a lie. Of course you're more attractive after the weight loss, and not just because you weigh less, but because you look so much happier overall, so much more positive about the outlook of your future, so radiant and happy. You see, the extra weight was more than just the quote-unquote extra weight. In some ways, it represented the hopelessness you felt the last couple of years. But from here on out, keep your hopes up. And perhaps now that you've gotten that 16-pound tumor on the side of your head surgically removed, you'll finally start to go to the gym, you lazy fat slob. Gemini. For at least the next week or so, every single public toilet and urinal you use will have 1 to 3 abnormally long pubes stuck to the inside of it. It will happen so often you may begin to feel self-conscious about the length of your own pubes. Perhaps it's not so weird to find pubes that long on a toilet, and it's only you who has these boring short pubes. Of course, thinking all of this will distract you during your mid-afternoon bathroom break, and before you know it, you'll start dribbling some tinkles on your feet. Hopefully you're drinking mostly water. I'd hate to see your nice, white New Balances get stained. Cancer. Oh, hi, Cancers. I'm seeing here that you'll accidentally use a homophobic slur when ordering a new dish at the Olive Garden. I could tell you which dish not to try and pronounce correctly, but I saw you yank your dog's leash a little too harshly during their morning walk when all they wanted to do was smell a pole, so you're on your own for this one. I hope you can sleep tonight, knowing that you're going to make your waiter cry in the broom closet. Leo. You're trying to stand out on Tinder by including a picture of you holding a raccoon you helped nurse back to health when you were volunteering for a veterinary clinic. I'm seeing now, in my mind's eye, that a group of guys looking over their single friend's shoulder will think it's your pet and will begin laughing at you until one of them accidentally throws up. Listen, you're already on Tinder. No one is using this app under the false pretense that you'll actually find a long-term companion. There's a reason why profile pictures of boobs being mashed together at a downward angle, sans raccoons, score the highest. If a picture like that is too far beneath you, try deleting the app, developing a personality, and finding whichever Aries has the nicest looking beard. Sure, he'll always be trimming and shaping his facial hair, but at least you'll know for certain he's too stupid and busy to cheat on you. Virgo. I didn't get much for you Virgos this week, sadly. The starwave energies I received on your behalf just told me you look like the kind of person who would fight to sit at the front of a city bus. What can I say? Sometimes the stars are just assholes. Libra. This week, you'll find yourself in a raucous debate over the merits of a fairly uncontroversial bill in a state you don't reside in, with someone you don't even like, at the job you barely like enough to stick around. When it becomes obvious that you have no real depth of knowledge about the subject, or even any kind of firm principles for that matter, you're going to use your victim status as someone with Meniere's disease to bring the healthy debate to a screeching halt. I'd like to leave you with two things. One, Meniere's disease is probably fake, and two, you are definitely too stupid to speak to another adult. Scorpio. I know I normally have it out for you Scorpios, but I find myself in the awkward position of finally feeling a little bit bad for you. This week, you'll be accused of being a racist when you get called out for confusing Nelson Mandela for Morgan Freeman. Of course, the real problem is that it's actually Dennis Haysbert you are both attempting to identify. You know who he is, the large actor in The Green Mile. But not to worry,
Wait,
just remember that people confuse people's names and appearances all
Clyde,
the time.
Clyde? Clyde.
Yes?
Hey, I hate to do this on the air, but that's not Dennis Haysbert you're talking about. I think you mean to say Michael Clark Duncan.
Wait, who's that?
That's the guy from The Green Mile.
No, I know who Dennis Haysbert is. He's also the Kingpin in the Ben Affleck Daredevil. Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. He was that sergeant guy. You must be confused.
No, you definitely mean Michael Clark Duncan. Dennis Haysbert's the guy from the Allstate commercials.
What? I thought that was Lance Reddick. You're joking. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get to the bottom of this. Oh, so stupid. You just... Okay. No, it's just... Wait, that's Dennis Haysbert?
Yeah, I told you, man.
Okay, fine. Okay, sorry. It was Michael Clark Duncan that you were both talking about. Okay. Well, dear Scorpios, in addition to this conversation, it's actually interesting, and you'll have the chance to meet Michael Clark Duncan this coming week. So make sure that you...
Clyde, that's impossible. Michael Clark Duncan passed away back in 2012.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Thank you, Wesley. Scorpios, you're going to experience trials. Okay, moving on. Sagittarius. I see you and all your dumb buddies trying as hard as you can to bring back the curly-headed mullet haircut. Not only will you certainly fail, but everyone around you gets the pleasure of seeing you look like a complete idiot while you sport it so confidently. I mean, you must realize that the man responsible for bringing this look back is Danny McBride. Not exactly a bastion of good looks, ideas, sounds, or smells. Capricorn. Young corns, you've developed a strange habit. I see you taking small bites from your children's bubblegum-flavored toothpaste, and you're thinking nothing wrong can come of it. After all, isn't toothpaste good for your mouth and teeth, you'll think? And sure, in small amounts, you could probably take bites of that diaper rash ointment you've had in the cupboard behind that half-empty jar of paprika for the last 4 years. Keep in mind, I'm not advocating that you try to eat some. It's just with your track record and your IQ, which, let's face it, is probably no higher than the average ACT score, I'm afraid you're going to try. Aquarius. Oh, my dear Aquarius, I'm so proud of your philanthropic efforts on behalf of the displaced peoples of the Ukraine. You donated $1,000 of your own hard-earned money to a charity meant to help the displaced orphans of the Ukraine. So very thoughtful and selfless. The only problem here is, you didn't fully vet that charity you donated to. Hopefully all the machetes and 5.56 ammunition you helped buy for Boko Haram don't cause you to lose too much sleep, because you definitely funded an upcoming village massacre. Pisces. My fishes, how are we? Never mind that, I can't hear your reply anyway. This week, the stars have informed me that you're going to attend a slam poetry jam. Now that's interesting. The neat thing about these slam poetry jams is they're actually wonderful places to meet a diverse array of some of the most interesting people and make some friends. But please, be careful to avoid any whites you might find here, especially the ones planning to participate and share their slam poetry. I said that with heavy quotes. I recorded one of my white friends attempting this, and it was not pretty.
So you see, man, I was stuck at sea, man, in the middle of the sea, man, surrounded by man, see? Now at the sea, man, I never thought I'd see, man. The man looking at me, man, wanted to cover me in sea, man. And if he couldn't be with me, man, he pushed me into the sea, man. So you see, man, it wasn't up to me, man, to be lost at sea, man, all covered up in sea, man. I thank you.
I literally haven't talked to that guy since that night. Now it's time for my divination of the week. For today, I've been blessed to divine the fate of Jennifer. Dear Jennifer, the alignment of our sun against the backdrop of a universe full of exploding atoms needs you to know that you are just the worst. Really. Out of all the kinds of people you can run into in this life, it seems that you, Jennifer, stand alone as just the most insufferable kind of jackass ever conceived. It really is a shame, because before seeing this in the stars, I really was looking forward to maybe getting to know you, as I'm sure most anyone who sees you from a good safe distance would be. But as soon as that gap is closed and you start opening your mouth, everyone you've ever met has the same gut reaction. Ugh. My children, thank you for going on this journey with me today. The heavens have closed for now, but until next time, may your life be blessed by this heavenly guidance, and by my parting blessing, Frater tuus quotidia pinjuor.